Good evening, everybody. Oh, am I plugged in? Yeah, I am. I feel like I'm missing something. I don't know what it is. How's everybody doing? Let's see who we got in the house. We've got Gillum Farms, Heartland HQ with Dink and Tank, Melinda Dobson. We've got, what did I just see? Okay. Linda Peterson, Evelyn Newman and Treasure Hunter and Jennifer Ocean Homestead. There's Hiking with Jackie Boy and Sherman Family Farm. This is an open mic. The link is at the top of the chat. So you can come in and probably talk about what happened this last weekend. I got home yesterday. Was it? Yeah, yesterday around 6 or almost 7 o'clock. Hello there, MT Homestead. I still got my mug. Hello. Irene Turner. Heather Landstrom's in here. So, I guess I do still have a couple of videos I have to put out for the bathroom. I mean, it got held up with the Tenkiller Meetup and everything. Of course, I'm going to start my maker stuff. Cornhole boards will be the first video of that run. Although I've done other maker videos, it's going to start getting heavy on my channel. I mean, as much as I can do. Yesterday or today, I set my tent up again because I had to pack it away wet. It was wet. And so I had to set it back up again and let it dry out really good before I could pack it properly. And I don't know, somehow that turned into a video. We'll see how that turns out. It's like 30 minutes of video, so we'll see. Yeah, so I'm really excited about the idea of doing what my channel was intended to be in the first place. I've got stuff like sticker boxes on my list and trays, and I would like to get in resin and yard dice and all kinds of stuff. We'll just see what happens. I got a long list. I wrote it down, but it's in the house. But you don't need to know everything anyway. Hat Creek Homestead is in here, and James Haw, it was nice meeting you. I enjoyed talking with you. There's White Rock Homestead. I got to stop and visit them on the way in to the meetup, and they were very generous with their hospitalities, and I enjoyed just being with them. I took a little short, but I had no intention of really making any video with them because I just wanted to be with them. And boy, was that fun. He took me on a joyride through his rocks and trees and stumps and creeks and everything he possibly could run over, and it was fun. And I just bought a new iPhone. And my last phone, my old Android phone, would have showed every bump and jiggle and whatever came along. So I wanted to capture that. And what did I get? A brand new iPhone that has stabilization and is as smooth as can be. Same thing with something else that we were doing. Oh, the storm. I wanted to show the storm. That was as smooth as can be because of the stabilization. I'm going to have to shut that off when I'm doing stuff like that. There's full-blown country and adventure awaits. My buddy, I stopped to see him on the way and gave him his t-shirt finally. He's one of the ones that deserve the t-shirt the most because he has watched 100% of everything that I do. and I watch his channels too. We are constantly giving each other feedback. He's an excellent friend to have. Let's see. Pure Oki's in here. It was nice to see her again. Yes, we will have to have that conversation we were going to have. Sherman Family Farm, I'm so sorry for your losses, and I hope you can get through them quickly. I'm glad to see that your dog survived. Can I get through my spiel? Don't sit there and pretend like you're sleeping. I don't usually talk on my channel of my own stuff. I always let you guys talk and talk and talk. You people talk. And I just sit there. Well, it's about me for this 10 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever. Or maybe now I'm done. Good evening.
Oh, no, it won't do it. It was doing it when in the background. What the heck?
What you pretending like you're sleeping for?
I was tired.
Ah.
I can finally feel the side of my mouth after that root canal today.
I understand what you're talking about because I was in your live and I heard all that. I went to the dentist to have a root canal done, and he gave me Novocaine, and I was like, he was about ready to come back and start drilling, and I was like, I can still feel the side of my mouth with my tongue.
Yeah.
I don't think that's going to work. And he did it 3 times and finally sent me home without my work done.
Oh.
And that set me on this anxiety about dentistry for the next couple of years. And I moved to a different dentist, which had nothing to do with the situation. That wasn't really his fault. Sometimes that happens, I guess. And my new dentist was like, why are you so jerky? And the thing of it is, when I used to fall asleep during root canals.
Yeah.
I can't take it anymore.
Well, I went in, they started mine at 2:00, and just right now I can now feel the side of my cheek, and I can feel how many times I've bitten through the cheek. And then but they gave me 4 huge doses, because when I have dental work, it's like, when the anxiety comes from me waiting for the pain to hit, and it usually hits like, they're doing a root canal, they got to hollow out the whatever that thing is in there and pull the nerve out and do all that stuff. And when he started doing that and I felt that thing, I wanted to grab that guy by his throat and just crush his Adam's apple. He goes, "Oh, do we feel pain?" I said, "The hell yes, we do." And he goes, "Okay, let me give you some more." He gave me 4 shots of that. He goes, "You should be passed out by now." I'm going, well.
Pooch said I about laid out a doctor in a root canal because I still felt the nerve.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not good.
Yeah. But yeah, it was a bad day for me.
Yeah. We just wanted to come on and see if we can make it in before Johnny.
You didn't.
Aw.
Oh, we didn't?
But you brought us in.
He came in and left while I was doing my spiel.
Oh. He's not patient.
He's not patient like us. We took a nap waiting.
Yeah.
He'll be back. He just figured he might as well just hang back, I guess.
But hey, I'm telling you something. It was great seeing you at the meetup. I mean, there was people that I've never met before at this meetup.
Yeah.
So, and that was good too.
There were a few.
So your networking just keeps growing and growing every time you go to a meetup.
Yeah.
So
it does.
We got to talk to Papa via the telephone while we were there with you.
Yeah, he wanted me to call him, so I called him and I said, I'll go over to our cabin in the woods and let him talk to him. And then I said, do you want to talk to MST Homestead? Yeah, sure. And then our Pretty and Pooch was next on the list, but I couldn't find them anywhere.
Yeah.
Because those are the ones that are constantly asking. You three groups are the ones that are constantly asking for Papa.
Yeah.
Oh, and Robertson's Belly Acres.
Hey, one day, Papa called Terry, right? And it said it had his name on there.
It wasn't ringing with,
and it wasn't ringing. She's going,
I'm like,
who is this guy?
I don't know.
And then I'm going like this. I'm sitting. She goes, I'm not going to answer. I don't know who this guy is. And I go and
because I'm used to Papa. I wasn't thinking his real
name. And then I go
name.
like this. I said, wait, that's Brian's dad. And she goes, oh. I said, I called him. And I said, we weren't putting it together because we thought your real name was Papa.
I just think you're Papa.
Most everybody knows him as. Oh, Justin got a message from my dad, and then he calls me and says, "Do you know a Jack Lee?" And then I realized he was trying to call me, couldn't find me, and called Justin to see if.
There you go.
Oh yeah, we did Sergeant's Talk TV. We gave away the first Sergeant's Talk TV coffee mugs and tumblers at the meetup.
We did.
So whoever got one, you're the very first people to get them.
Wow, I didn't even look for that. That's sad that I didn't. Because I use your mug every week.
Well, they did them on the drawing thing.
Yeah,
okay.
They did this one.
I'll get one somehow someday.
Yeah.
Probably soon.
We'll have more cups and tumblers for the Arkansas meetup too.
Yes.
9 Acre Family Farms is in here. And
Did
I say hi to Heather Lansgren and working with Wiley? White Rock Homestead.
Hey, there's Sergeant's Talk TV.
He said, well, hello, Battle Buddy, and everyone in the chat.
Jason's just getting on my good side because he came in late on ours.
Well,
they were in on White Rock.
Ears were ringing. Someone's talking about us.
Well, I would say that everybody knows what being a farmer is like. And let me bring him up and then I'll tell my story. Hey, how you doing, Troy? Thanks for coming in.
Troy.
Hey, man.
While I was at Troy's the first time and stayed in my car overnight, it was cold that night, but I didn't know it was that cold. We had a frost and it pretty much got our whole vineyard. Secondary buds will come out, but that usually is crap. But
the weather's been playing games on our trees the same way.
It's not the first time it's happened.
Now, by the time you came,
I don't think we've ever had that much. I don't think we've ever had that much. I stopped at to see Chris of Ventura Waits yesterday afternoon. Oh, it was like 4:00. And I was driving through their region, which is about an hour and a half west of us. And all their buds were out. And I drove in and I was thinking, well, I know ours was about 2 weeks different from them, just as the 10 miles is another week away from us. It just kind of, as it goes from east to west, they mature at different levels. I drove in and I was like, I don't see anything. And then, I was busy with unpacking and everything. I didn't go out there and look. And then my dad waited till this morning and said, we got hit. We got hit. We got hit bad. The whole region did. It's not just us. My uncle, He's got 200 acres of grapes. I don't know exactly what the story is with him, but he usually has it worse than us.
Hmm.
And that's what I'll say. Just, keep us in your thoughts, and we'll move on like we always do.
Well, Brian, I think we're going to drop off and let you talk to Troy.
Oh no, you don't want to do that.
What?
We're gonna go to bed.
We got to go to bed. He's got to get up early. So
Take,
my phone's over here
Geritol,
making
I
noises.
get up like a farmer at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Take your Geritol, go to bed.
There you go.
You
My
better
Geritol.
get out there and start disking something.
I'm waiting for the blue plate specials. Eat at 4 o'clock and go to bed by 5:30.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joy Sutton.
All right, guys.
All righty.
We'll see y'all later. Good to see you, Troy.
Thanks for coming in. It was so nice to talk to you guys.
You too.
I
It was good to see you at the
I
meetup.
actually got a chance to sit down and talk with you, Terry. You came over and said I was lonely looking, so.
Well, you were sitting there all by yourself.
Well, I was actually saving seats on both sides of me, and the people never showed up.
That's not good. All right.
Good night.
We'll see you later.
Bye now. I had one of those.
Had to get me one.
Actually, I had two of those.
Yeah, you did.
It was so nice visiting you. That's
Man.
why I wanted to see you even a second time when I came back through. And White Rock, I so wanted to come and see you. Guys were a little bit out of the way, and I was getting anxious. I don't know how much fun I would have been at the start of that trip. I was kind of like, I'm out of here. I mean, even Gillum wanted me to stay for a little while, and I told him, and he had other things that happened too. And I was like, let's just call it. I want to go home.
Yeah, sometimes it's just time, and it's okay.
Yeah.
Well,
But-
I'm my normal spot. This is similar to the spot that if you guys watch our lives, normally this is where Eli sits.
Yeah.
But I just grabbed one of the mounts and my phone and said, well, I'll just jump in here. You know where I've been working.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Are you going to come in and do it be almost like, oh, that's another thing I'm going to do. And I was talking to Troy about this because I've lost my way on this live thing and, even some of my content stuff. I need to start focusing and honing in on some purpose. And, I used to do special guests on my lives.
now you have
What?
Now you have
No. That's not what I'm saying at all. I've enjoyed all my lives. Don't get me wrong. But I used to do special guests, and I talked to about 10 people, I would say, at the meetup. And I was talking to them about where I thought I lost my way on this live situation where I have open mic every week, which is great. But my original purpose was to showcase people and showcase their channels. And I would like to hone in on that. I might not do special guests necessarily all the time, one-on-one. Maybe I'll bring in two people who share the same interests, like makers or people who cook or, something like that. But my channel is moving over to maker stuff, and I would like to encourage makers to come into this community because, you could see I am a maker, Troy's a maker, and we fit in just fine, and others should be here too that make.
Yeah, we had a really good conversation about that. Not to exclude the homesteading or other communities or whatever, but
Not at all.
kind of narrow.
I love my friends.
Oh my gosh.
And so does Troy. I know that.
It amazed me as we talked about it is, I am a maker and among other things, but I started getting drawn into the other communities for the people necessarily, and then then you and I get connected in such a way that you end up here at a blacksmithing event, and you're not a blacksmith, but
You're a maker though.
center, but
Blacksmithing is making.
I'm a maker, so it's really kind of cool how the connections are made, and like Mike and Terry were just on here, and just fantastic people, and some of the other folks that we've talked about. It's we certainly don't want to lose the community, but like you said, kind of focus the lives and some of the other stuff primarily on making.
Well, the thing of it is, I've talked to a lot of the people in the community, and they enjoy that stuff too. They enjoy the making. I mean, what are they? They're makers of everything that they do.
Right.
It's a jack of all trades kind of lifestyle.
Absolutely.
But is what you're doing a secret, or would you like to talk about it?
It's certainly not a secret.
I would like to keep it brief, because I really would like to have you on to talk in depth about what you are interested in doing going forward.
And I apologize for constantly taking a drink and constantly wiping here. I've got a respiratory infection, ear infection, and I've been out there in the dust and the crap and everything. It's going to be quite common. I'm a farmer, so this stays on me all the time anyway. So we are expanding our shop, and we're expanding the scope of what we do at Bar Run Forge. And it's exciting. We have taken on another section. We're in an old hog barn. So we had the farron house where the baby pigs were born, and then the feeding floor on the other side. And it kind of became a catch-all, and things have grown, not just the channel, but the business side of things. So Eli and I kind of made the decision that we're going to expand. So we're in the process of creating a fabrication shop. So there'll be welding, milling, lathe work. Got the CNC plasma cutter. So kind of a full service metal fabrication shop. And then beyond that, there is another part of the feeding floor, another pen that is going to be, again, pretty much a full service wood shop, including green woodworking. And if you don't know anything about green woodworking, just look it up. Green woodworking. It is very, very peaceful, very neat craft to get into. And I'm excited about that.
I'm excited about it. I don't even live there. I'm 5.5 hours away. I might just have to. What's that?
I said, you know exactly where it's at. You know where it's going to happen.
I'm excited about it because that's what I'm trying to do here. I mean, very similar. I don't know about machining metal, but the woodworking and you might get me into that stuff. You don't know.
Oh. By the way, the Rat's Nest bandsaw is fully functional this evening.
Yeah. Did you get new belts?
Do you
need them?
Press. I'm supposed to get a belt for the drill press tomorrow, but it was cleaned head to toe and reworked today. And then the bandsaw, I went through all that nest that came out of that. I pulled all that stuff out, cleaned it inside and out, kicked it on, cut like a dream.
That's awesome.
So I got the drill press will have the belt on it, the bandsaw, and then the scroll saw sitting right next to it. So 3 pieces that are all up and going basically, and got the wall about 90% finished there. So it's that wall there is a finished wall, ready for work, and running some more wire. So it's moving quickly.
I was just gonna say something and I forgot what it was. Well, now when I come for your, well, you can't just call it you just can't call it I can't think of it.
Well, it's not a blacksmithing only event. Yeah, it
won't be anymore. But not if you have all that. I'm gonna come and I'm gonna make a birdhouse or something.
There you go. We can still call it the gathering.
I'm gonna make a birdhouse and jam some metal on it.
Nice. Nice. We'll make some hardware to go on the birdhouse.
Yeah, flip that sucker open so you can clean the nest out.
Absolutely. And really, that's the intent of it is to kind of mesh all of that stuff together to where we, again, full service. So if we want to make, say, a cedar chest with all the hardware, we can hand forge all the hardware on a cedar chest or on some sort of cabinet or something like that.
Leonard Mountain Homestead is in here. So is Lynn the Okie. Yeah, and I told you about the sticker boxes I want to make.
Yeah.
Those of you that don't know what I'm even talking about. You know how you go to a meetup? I told you, but they don't know. You go to a meetup and you get all these stickers. So you put them in a sticker box. And I want to make a sticker box. I might make many sticker boxes and make it different every time.
Yeah.
Some could be out of resin, some could be out of wood. Who knows?
We've got a metal sheet that we have a lot of people's stickers and other logos and stuff like that. So we're going to make one area in there for stuff from other channels, just to display stickers and all the other stuff from other channels just in that space over there. So it's going to be really cool.
You get a metal break and I'm there.
Oh my gosh. Every night Michelle gets after me because I'm on Facebook Marketplace looking for a metal break. I mean, I so desperately want a metal break. That is a piece in that shop that definitely will be in there at some point in time. There's so much you can do with it. It's crazy.
And what else?
As far as tools?
Oh, you're getting, yeah, but don't you say you have a lathe on the way? A wood lathe?
Possibly two. A
massive
great
one and a regular one.
The one and a kind of standard sized one. And I've not seen either one, so I don't know how big or whatever, but I've had two gentlemen be very, very generous and come in and say, basically, they'd bring it to me. I think I can have them because they're not being used. And they were excited because then they can come use them because they're not that far away.
Our Cabin in the Woods is in here, and Sergeant Talk TV. Now, is that Jason using that channel? I know that it's either Jason or Mike, but Mike just said he's going to bed, so it's got to be Jason.
Yeah, probably. And Lynn, Eli is at the house he's probably in bed by now. He wasn't feeling real great, but he gets up fairly early to go to work too. So he's in bed back at the house. But yeah, usually he sits about right here.
Troy had to leave for a little while I was there, and I got to talk to Mima and Eli.
Yeah.
And spend some quality time with them. And they had the leftovers from the meetup that they had this weekend, but that was so good. That was so good.
Yeah. Bacon wrapped.
Especially that bacon wrapped meatloaf. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Mima.
Man, I am so excited.
Oh, you're the one who does the meatloaf, aren't you?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So Mima didn't make that.
Well, she mixes it up and puts it in low form, and then I do all the prep from there and go from that. Do all the smoking and the seasoning and the wrapping of the bacon and stuff like that. And that is every year on Friday night. So we got ready to change it, and then I had a bunch of people like, no, bacon wrap. The smoked meatloaf is Friday night. Don't change that. So here's what everybody on the chat, if you are even remotely within earshot of us, put April 25th through the 27th on your calendar now. Come to the gathering. Come here in Southern Ohio. It's not as far as you think it is, not as hard to get to as you think it is. Come to Southern Ohio and enjoy the gathering. Some incredible food, some great fellowship. Saturday night, we broke out the guitars and fiddles and banjos and all kinds of fun stuff.
Banjos?
Man, I'll tell you what. It's full service here. We had a crawfish boil, Cajun crawfish boil. I mean, you talk about food here. you got smoked meatloaf. There's a lot of times there's pulled pork, Michelle's famous sausage, gravy, and biscuits. I mean, if you go hungry while you're here at the gathering, it's your fault. And it's a free event. It costs nothing.
I wasn't even at the gathering and I wasn't hungry.
Yeah.
I didn't have to be hungry.
I mean, we've got RV hookups on the farm here. We've got tent campground sites. We've got there'll be a bathroom here in the shop with hot shower, hot water, the whole bit. I mean, you can't come here and not enjoy yourself. If you do that, it's your dang fault.
You're a dud ball.
There you go.
You're a dud ball. No judgment here with Tish Ross. Tish is here. One of my faves.
Yep.
For sure.
Yep.
That in Glenn's Promised Land. I really enjoyed talking to them. I talked to them for at least an hour and a half. I just sat down. I'm talking to you guys.
Why would you think Deliverance if you're thinking about the gathering here? I don't understand. Was it just the banjo music? I don't know.
It was just a joke about the banjo.
Paddle faster.
I'm gonna make a banjo.
Winchester Swamp Water. It's good stuff.
Not only that, Troy and I got to talk about God and Jesus, and I think I've always kind of believed in all of that, but I've really been searching lately, and I thank you very much for that conversation that we had. It'll stick with me for a long time. Praise
the Lord, brother. That's my honor. Absolutely. We just had a wonderful time together. You know, you ask the big questions.
Those were on my list, and I had to ask somebody who had. I knew that you were the one to go to.
Yeah, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm. You know, have people say, "You the man." Well, I'm not the man, but I know the man.
Yeah, you do. I think you do. You certainly have a spot. You ain't getting kicked out.
I don't know. I'll keep trying.
I'll just say I'm with him. I'm with this guy. I'm with this guy.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we had a great time. I mean,
that was great.
At the gathering per se, it was just wonderful just to sit down and fellowship and I tell everybody, and I've told Brian, the door to the shop is pretty much always open.
So when you come out to the barn one morning and I'm sitting there making a birdhouse, you're not going to flinch?
Nope. The only thing I'll ask is, you got everything you need, or do you need some coffee, or you need some breakfast, or, you know.
I'll take some of that bacon wrapped meatloaf.
Y'all, if you have not had smoked meatloaf, I am telling you, it is game changer. It is absolutely game changer. And you add bacon to it. So, you know.
Yeah, but, you know, even if the bacon wasn't on it, I think it would have still been top notch.
Yeah, it's still pretty good. But that Cajun crawfish boil was killer, man. We had jambalaya and, oh, holy cow.
Yep.
See, now everybody, even if you don't come for any other reason, come for the food, because it's killer.
You know, what did I say last year when I came and I slept in I wasn't even planning on sleeping in the expedition, and it rained that night.
Mm-hmm.
And boy, that was such good sleep. And even at the meetup, we had some rain was that Saturday night into Sunday, and it rained. The trees didn't move. Where we were, I was looking out the window and looking up, and the trees were still, and it was pouring. And thunder and lightning, and I just slept so good through that.
Oh.
But when I was at your house the other day, or was that no, wasn't yesterday.
No.
Was it?
Monday night?
Yesterday morning.
What is today? Wednesday? Holy cow.
It's Wednesday, but it was Monday night into Tuesday morning that I stayed in the car.
Yeah.
Which was the best night for, I set it up. I set it up in the back. The first night I tried the tent that attaches to the vehicle when we were at Tenkiller, and that was, that thing was dancing and strobing because we were having lightning and thunder and everything else they could throw at us. I think I heard a little bit of hail on top of it, but I don't see it on the car. At any rate, I tried every configuration. The first couple of nights I fought with the cornhole boards because they were taking the blankets and taking the space. God, I thought I was sleeping with somebody or something. And then, but that night I finally got it exactly the way I wanted it, and it was pouring rain, and I loved it.
Yeah. Yeah. Sleeping in the rain it's nice. Love
Especially when it's hitting the car.
it. Or a tin roof.
I'm going to have to go do that one night when I know it's going to rain. I'm going to pack up in my car and sleep. Danimal's in here. And Danimal's girlfriend won the cornhole boards.
Oh, really?
She was the only one that got it in the hole this year. It was a kind of a quick event. I mean, they ran through everybody that was interested in trying, and she's the only one that made it in the first run, and it went hers directly.
Nice.
Directly. That was a word that people have been talking about this week. Directly could mean anywhere from 2 minutes from now and next week.
Exactly. Around here, my dad used directly, or around here, it was directly.
Or I reckon.
It was DRECKLY, directly.
I think I was talking mostly with Jason of White Rock with that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Both of you guys really showed me a good time. That was nice. Sweet people. Good people.
Excelente, man. Excelente. It was, it's always a pleasure.
So, what did you work on today that was, you said you got the rat's nest out and got your thing cleaned up.
Yeah.
Was that today?
Yeah, that was part of what today was. I ran another circuit of electricity, getting ready to do another one here in a minute, and got some lumber, got the wall finished on that side of the wood shop, then got the framing done on the other side towards the fab shop, and cleaned up some of those pieces of equipment, cleaned up that area.
I hope you're taking at least, scan shots of stuff so that you can make some content video as you build this up.
Yeah. Here's the problem with, I'm going to try to do some of that, but there's a couple places that I want to get to before I start doing that. The priority here is the business. And so I'm hesitant to take time to set up frames and do all that kind of fun stuff. And as we talked about, I hardly ever record electrical work. And the reason why I don't do that is, number one, the last time I did that, I should have anticipated this. Everybody and their brother's like, that ain't the code, and that ain't you shouldn't do it this way, you shouldn't do it that way. And I would have a hard time at least in my head, not other places, just telling people to shut up. I'm not a licensed electrician, and we don't have to have inspected electricity in our township, in this county, for this type of structure. We just don't have to have it. So I've done enough electricity. I used to be in commercial, maintenance and all that kind of fun stuff. I do know what I'm doing. So
you're doing it. I saw it, and you're doing better than code would probably be. So when you don't have code, you know, a person with integrity would probably overdo it, and that's what I do. I mean, there's no rhyme or reason as to why they need a permit here or not. I mean, because the guy drive by all the time and they see what we're doing, and they never. Sometimes they ask, and sometimes they don't. And I was like, oh, okay. I mean, you're asking about that, but you didn't ask about that.
Right. So that's one of the things I never do. I never record. We did something for Eli's house, but it was a time, and you didn't see the details about how stuff was made, all the connections and the pigtails and all that fun stuff, just because we want to avoid all that. Now, when it comes to, you know, we're getting ready to put the finish on or where things go or stuff like that, yeah, I'll probably do a little bit of that, but we need to get the business up and that side of the business up and going. So it's more important to do that than it is to take videos, so to speak.
Could you show those little coffee scoops? Those are so awesome.
What's that?
The coffee scoops that Eli was making.
Yeah. So he has started, I think he's got the designs down and the final product down. So now it's just a matter of cranking them out and putting them out there. Now you can go to the website, and we have some of our plasma cut blanks where if you wanted to make a coffee scoop, you could do that, or you can order them completed by us. So we've got like simple door handles and coffee scoops, and there's a few items on there where they can be bought as blanks to make, including a Serbian chef's knife. You can actually go on there, order a Serbian chef knife blank. You can finish it out the way you want it, put the edge on it and everything, or you can order us to do it as well. So that's something that's jumped out on the website now.
Okay. If you're not if it's not a secret or anything like that, would you go over to that bench and get one and show it to us?
Which one? The knife?
The little coffee scoop. It's right over there on the bench. I saw it. Right. No, this way. It's right there.
Over here?
No, the metal bench that you've got next to the door. Next to the door. See it?
Yep.
I just thought that was such an attractive piece. They're cute. Now that is copper and what's the handle?
A mild steel, and it'll have our logo on it with a texture.
Those are neat. You know what? I would make one of those. Does that make me a blacksmither if I make one?
Sure. Don't say blacksmither. Don't do that. Just say blacksmith. And then we have the copper discs. Boy, I'm having a terrible time. Copper discs ready to go. And Eli has the handles plasma cut ready to go. So we can take a plasma cut copper blank and a plasma cut handle and ship them out separately like that, or we can finish them and send them to you as well.
Awesome. Check that out. We should share that. We need to share that link. We'll share it.
Okay. It's www.
Are you on the Vineyard Farmhouse?
RUNFORGE.com.
Are you on the Vineyard Farmhouse group?
Am I?
I can't remember if you are or not. You should do a post on that. That's Facebook. Facebook. I'm pretty sure you are.
Maybe. Yeah, I could be. Yeah, if somebody else can put that up there, you guys, we would greatly appreciate it. We also have T-shirts and and they're in-house. They're not the order ones. They're so comfy, aren't they?
They are. I wore that, and when I was done, it was done.
Yeah.
It was the first thing that went in my laundry basket because I wore it at your house on the way there.
Yeah, t-shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of fun stuff. Well, that was selfless promotion, wasn't it? Wow.
But what was I talking about at the beginning of my video? I said that that's what this channel is for. Promote, promote, promote. Come in here, people, and shamelessly promote your channel. You're supposed to. It's your job to do that. It
worked because I just see somebody got onto the website. So for
Sweet.
me,
sweet. Danimal, we're gonna have to get you up in here sometime, and you can talk about you don't have to be all prepared. You don't have to be all prepared for it. Come in and talk about your interest in what you want to do. You don't have to have it already done.
He said, "It's me."
What's that?
Our cabin in the woods. They say, "It's me."
How you doing, Tony? Andy.
Yeah, Aiken, Oklahoma.
She's such a sweetheart. I actually didn't sit down and talk to her, but I saw her a lot of times, and she's always had a smile on her face and something sweet to say.
I think we got it.
Good. Oh,
thank you, brother.
There?
Yeah, that's
it. There you go. There you go, people. Go check it out. You're homesteaders. You need to know how to blacksmith.
That's true. Hey, I've said this to many people. We talk about preparation and all that kind of fun stuff. I'm here to tell you that if crap goes down, there's one guy you need to know. Well, two guys you need to know. That's the Lord Jesus. And number two, this guy.
Yeah.
You need to know how to do it, because the blacksmith is the guy who makes the tools that make the tools for all the other crafts. If you want your hinges made, you want your silverware made, your cooking utensils, your cooking pots, your hinges, your door handles, your hammers, we make handmade hammers from chunks of metal and wood here.
And Viking locks.
Viking padlocks. Where's the Viking padlock?
I don't know. It's over there by the refrigerator, I think.
Where'd it go?
Troy had it when he was sitting. Yeah, there it is.
Got
it. He was showing it to me too, and I couldn't remember how you opened it.
Okay.
I was trying to push the edge up against the interior lock mechanism.
This is a forged padlock. Okay, you see it?
Yeah.
Okay, there's the key. That's the key. All right, here we go. Done.
Spring loaded. Yeah, Troy or Eli was telling me, back in those days, if you saw that lock and that key was not near it, you wouldn't know the two went together.
Nope.
So
pretty cool stuff.
Yeah, it is. Wow.
And that's the thing. I'm still fascinated by it. I'm fascinated by the craft. And the moment I'm not fascinated by it, I won't do it.
Check out alternative door latches and locks. I've seen some, and some of it's in wood, but you can do it in metal.
Yeah,
in all kinds of ways. But man, I've seen some pretty intricate latches.
Oh yeah,
people use on cabins and stuff like that, and it's really awesome. I'm gonna have to look into that. But yes, you people need to know how to make hinges for your doors so people can't get in your house. Viking locks. You never know. And that hatchet, the hatchet.
Yep, we make axes, hatchets. We make like hold fast for your woodworking. I'm looking at one of those right now. tongs. We make cookware. We make skillets, bowls.
Jeff Killian makes tiny tongs.
Yes, Jeff Killian makes tiny tongs. That's right. But yeah, basically, if it can be made out of metal, the blacksmith can do it. And we actually make nails. You can hand forge nails. That's how they all used to be done.
That's interesting. Okay, so when you get your wood shop section done, what is something that you're really looking forward to just honing in on?
Mostly on the green woodworking side. I am excited about making furniture.
Okay, now you mentioned that to me when I was there, and you mentioned it once in this chat. Explain green working.
Okay.
Green.
Most woodworking is done with kiln dry or dried finished surface wood, and so that's not green woodworking. Green basically means it's still wet. It hasn't been cured or dried down to its final moisture. And basically, you can go cut a tree out of the woods and make something green, and it's still got a high moisture count in it, and that's green woodworking. So the majority of the time you're doing that, you're using tools like you may have heard these terms like a froe, a broad axe, an adze, draw knife, spoke shave, brazen bit. All of those pieces are all green woodworking tools.
This was something that we were talking about while I was there. Just a second. I'm trying to get it so I can show it. But back when we were doing, you remember the Four Bearded Men, and the first one we did a draw. Well, one of the things was draw a Viking hatchet. I didn't know what a Viking hatchet looked like. That was what I came up with. But I would love to do that out of wood.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I mean, I'm going to take that, and of course, I'm going to have to make it proportionate. But
now I got a really interesting thing I saw, and I want to do definitely, is when splitting rails or splitting wood, you can actually do splitting of wood or splitting of rails and never use metal. There are two kinds of wood that you can actually split almost every other species of wood and never use metal. You can use a big mallet, the big maul mallet, and honey locust, and osage. Honey locust and osage are very, very dense, hard woods, and especially if they're green, when you cut them into a wedge, as you use them to split, they actually kind of shine up the surfaces and make them even harder and denser as it kind of compresses the fibers. So you can actually split rails and split wood with wood.
wow.
Yeah. And I've got big chunks of Osage orange, which most people call hedge. There are only two other species in North America that are more dense or harder on the scale than Osage orange.
That's what do you have a source for hardwoods and different types of woods?
Yes and no.
I mean, if I were to come there, is there like a farmer or somebody who has, chunks of wood that you can do small projects with?
Yep.
Because I would really, and I also asked you about numbers off of telephone poles.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So if you can find it, I mean, I'll be looking too, but
yeah.
Or anybody else in the chat, can you find me some numbers that come off of telephone poles? The little, they're stamped little numbers are about 2.5 to 3 inches. I want to make clocks.
Yeah. That's one of the other ones. Johnny mentioned that other type of wood. There is an arborvitae or vitae in Canada, I think it is, and then the one that the Bois d'Arc, and that's a very, very hard wood, but also flexible at the same time. A lot of the Indians would use Osage orange for their bows if they could get it, and over in England too. That's very. I actually shipped over 3 long pieces of Osage orange to Germany 2 years ago because it was so wanted.
Not for nothing, the Homestead is in here. Thanks for popping in. They were, going to Johnny's house with Christine. They had me for dinner that first night I arrived, and not for nothing, Homestead was there. And, anybody that was in my live last week knows this, but some people might not know that.
Okay.
That and Lazy Days Ahead. Jesse and Lisa were there. And, I didn't bring my stuff out here. I guess I'll have to do it next week. I didn't bring any of my stickers, but I did win a vanilla. And I've been wanting that ever since you guys talked me into putting vanilla in my coffee. And I had the artificial bottle of it. This is lemon, but I had an artificial bottle of vanilla, and I got hooked on that. But man, I'm going to be opening up that vanilla tomorrow morning. Angie, did I say hi to you? I know I talked about you, but did I say hi to you? Yes, Troy, I'm really excited, and I hope that I know you will. I hope that I pull it off. I know you will. You're already doing it. I saw it. Come over here and encourage me.
Yeah. Well, we're actually making plans next year. I think we've talked about that we're planning a trip to Maine and to go New York as well. So we're definitely going to be stopping at the Vineyard Farmhouse. That's for
You're
sure.
definitely welcome.
Yeah. Hopefully,
I have my shop done, and we can talk about it.
No doubt. No doubt.
Is there anybody else in here that I have not said hi to? Back to Good is in here. Okay.
Yeah, y'all, please
I
come up in the chat because I actually either need to get back at it or head back to the house before tomorrow. I'm actually going tomorrow to get a heart monitor implant under my skin, so to monitor my heart rhythm. So that goes in tomorrow, which means I won't be forging tomorrow night in the live stream. So it'll probably be Eli forging in the live stream if we have live stream, or it might be a chat live stream, which I'm not a big fan of for us. But,
yeah.
But it may be a chat live stream, or maybe Eli forging in the live stream. I don't know yet.
I might be doing a little bit of that myself once I get going good, like you do, is once in a while actually do a project while doing a live. I don't know, about 10 o'clock at night. It's kind of wiped out mentally to do something like that, but it's possible. Or maybe I'll just do another live at a different time.
Yeah.
But you don't have to go yet because I'm going to close it out right now. So I want to thank everybody that came into the chat. I really enjoyed this chat with everybody that came in, or the panel. We had MT Homestead and you.
Yep.
But it was good conversation, and I had some good conversation with a lot of people this weekend, and it's very encouraging when you talk to people and they give you feedback and you can give feedback. That's why we are a community of people. We're all in the same boat with our channels. We learn off of each other and feed off of each other. It's awesome. So thank you to my moderators, and we will see you next week, Wednesday, 9 o'clock Central. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.